Hello, my Mason family, and oh my goodness, I feel so honored to be here right now to be able to read to you this very, very, very special book. This is titled Papa's Mechanical Fish. The author is Candace Fleming, and the pictures were done by Boris Kulkov. Papa's Mechanical Fish. This is my Papa, and this is his backyard workshop where he spends his days thinking, tinkering, and inventing things. Hear that? Clink, clinkety, bang, thump, whir. That's the sound of Papa at work. Clink, clinkety, bang. There's Papa. Sometimes Papa tries inventing helpful things like collapsible coat hangers that are easy to store. Sometimes he tries inventing unusual things like edible socks. And sometimes he tries inventing playful things that only just don't work, like steam-powered roller skates. He forgot to put the brakes on. Uh-oh. Hope he's okay. But not once has Papa invented anything that works perfectly. I will someday, Papa tells me. All I need is a fantastic idea. But fantastic ideas are not easy to come by. So Papa twiddles his toes and pulls his hair, and he racks his brain, sighs and stares until one day he throws down his screwdriver. Enough thinking. He cries, who wants to go fishing? Do I holler? Me too, says my brother Thrill. Don't forget me, adds my sister Mary. My dada, squeals the baby Wilhelmina. Woof, barks our bulldog Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these poles, said Mama. Off they go fishing. We all troop out to the lighthouse pier and drop our lines into Lake Michigan. Plop, plop, plop. Papa, I say as we wait for a bite, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a fish? A fish, he mutters. A fish. Uh-huh, squeals the baby. Papa's pole clatters to the pier. He leaps to his feet. He whirls me around. You're brilliant, he whoops. Then he is gone, racing back over the sand dunes to his workshop. Why do you think he's so excited? I wonder if he had a brilliant idea. Clinkety, clinky, bump, whir, ta-da, cries Papa. A few weeks later, he opens his workshop doors to reveal, what is it, I ask? It's an underwater vessel, he explains, a mechanical fish. I will dive like a salmon. I will glide like a trout. Papa's mechanical fish is so small, he barely fits inside. It has a tube sticking out the top so he can breathe. It has a pole sticking out the bottom so he can push himself along the lake floor. I call it the whitefish, he says, but will it work? We'll have to wait and see. Do you think it's going to work? We keep our fingers crossed. Goodbye, Papa. We wave, farewell, family. He waves back. Then the whitefish is launched. Sploosh. But glop, glop, glop. Papa swims back to the pier. It almost worked, he said. All right. Almost, I agree. I think for a minute, then ask, Papa, how do fish move through the water? With their tails. With their fins, adds Mary. Fishy go, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this towel, says Mama. She wraps it around Papa's shoulders, but he is too deep in thought to notice. You see how deep in thought he is? Clinkety bang, behold the white fish 2. It is big enough for 2 people to sit in. It has a wooden fin on top and a wooden propeller in back. Papa pedals it like a bicycle to make it go. Goodbye, Papa. We wave farewell, family, he says. He waves back. Then the white fish 2 is launched. Sploosh. It dives below the surface. Swoosh. But crack, drip, splinter rip. Papa bobs to the surface. It almost worked, he hollers to us. Almost, I holler back. I think again, then ask, Papa, how do fish stay dry? With special skin, with scales. No, Pee-Pee, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along this life preserver, says Mama. She tosses it to Papa. But he is too deep to notice, or too deep in thought to notice. And clink, bang, whir, behold the white fish 3. It is big enough for how many people you think? For 3 people to sit in. It has a plunger to make it go up and down. It has a steering wheel to make it go left and right. It has levers instead of pedals, and it is covered in waterproof copper. Goodbye, Papa, we wave. Farewell, family, he waves back. Then the white fish 3 is launched. Sploosh, it dives. Swoosh, chugs beneath the waves. Clackada, clackada, but romp. Papa clings to it. Boy, it almost worked, he says minutes later as we pull him out into the rowboat. Almost, I say, I think some more, then ask, Papa, how do fish know where they're going? Can they see underwater? Do they have good eyes, adds Mary? Kaboo, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along these oars, said Mama. She rose toward shore, but Papa is too deep in thought to notice. Now he barricades himself in his workshop, and again, clink, clinkety bang, thump, whir, he does not come out. Thunk, clunk, whack, he cannot go. Tap, tap, he even covers the windows so we can't peek. Zap! What's the big secret, I ask? Wait and see, Papa says. Just wait and see. Clickety clank, bang, thump, whir. At last he flings wide the workshop doors. Surprise! Ooh, we gasp. Excited. The white fish 4 is big enough for 7 people to sit in. It has an air cooling system, an air compression system, and an air purifying system. It has a steam boiler to run the engine and a battery to run the headlights. It has velvet carpeting and comfortable chairs. Along its length are a dozen portholes. Papa grins. Who wants to go for a ride? I do, I whoop. Me too. Don't forget me, adds Mary. Go bye-bye, squeals the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad I brought along lunch, says Mama. One by one, we drop down through the hatch, then Papa seals it behind us, takes his place at the controls, and sploosh, swoosh, click, click, wow. Hours later, we rise to the surface. We glide to the beach. We spread out a blanket and feast on ham sandwiches. Papa, I say between mouthfuls, that idea was absolutely, positively fantastic. Brilliant. Clever, adds Mary. Yay, squeezed the baby. Woof, barks Rex. I'm so glad you brought me along, says Mama. She gives Papa a big, big smooch. Then a seagull flies overhead. I toss it, my bread crust. I tossed it my bread crust. Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bird? I ask. A bird, Papa mutters. A bird. Oh, squeals the baby. Clinkety thump. And that's the book, Papa's Mechanical Fish. I hope you enjoyed listening to this read aloud with me, and I'm excited to hear about what you thought about this wonderful book. Have a wonderful day.